Dear students of academics and competitive exams of English, in this lecture number 1, English medium lecture, today our topic is transformation, and in this transformation we will learn how to remove adverb to. Before we go ahead in this lecture, we have to learn two things from here. First, what is transformation? Although I have already taught what is transformation in previous classes, and second thing, remove adverb to. What is adverb to? Let's begin with adverb to. Adverb to is such an adverb that exceeds the limit of a verb, and this limit causes negative effect. Now, transformation is a syntax, means when you change a sentence or transform into another, it means the sense remains the same, but the structure, or you can say the syntax of the sentence may differ. Means your word and pattern and sequence of words may change, but the sense will remain the same. Let's begin with the first example. He is too tired to walk any longer. You see to adverb to. This is adverb because it is placed before an adjective tired. A word that says something about an adjective is called adverb. Now in this sentence it is adverb to. And generally you see adverb to with infinitive to, walk any longer. In general sense, generally people may be tired and they can work. But whenever you use too tired, it means that he is not able, because I have already mentioned too means beyond the proper limit. Means he is excessively tired, he is too much tired, extreme, more than the normal limit. Now our sentence is, he is too tired to walk any longer. I am going to transform this sentence into clause. Generally, when we transform or remove to, this sentence takes place in complex sentence. Now the solution of this sentence is in a complex sentence. Let's see. He is so tired that he cannot walk any longer. What happens here? Too tired. There are two things about he. Too tired and walk. These two things are done by he. So we will repeat this subject 2 times. In this way, we will change to in so and to with these group of words cannot and could not plus first form of the verb. This to is changed into so tired, and in place of to I change that and put again the same subject he and write cannot and could not. If your this verb is in past, we write could not. If your this verb is in present, we write cannot. In this way, our answer is, he is so tired that he cannot walk any longer. Now you can see in place of this infinitive to, I wrote these 3 extra words that he can't or cannot walk any longer. Now our rule is to is written in form of so. After so you write adjective is tired, then next part, subject of the next part, and you will choose cannot or could not according to the tense of the first part given here, and you write then first form of the verb. Now you see again, he is too tired that he cannot walk any longer. This is present, that's why I put here cannot or can't. Let's see second example. The box was too heavy for me to lift. Now you can see the box was heavy for me to lift. This lift is to be done by me or I, and the box is heavy. It means this box and me both are different, but in this sentence he was tired and he was to walk. Both things were for he, but now in this sentence the first part is for box and the second part is for lift, for me. In this way we find that these two parts are different. Let's see what should we do in this. We will write the box was too heavy. The box was so heavy. We change to into so. That whenever you have for me, for him, for them, for us, it means for plus object. We change it that plus subject. We change it into that plus subject. Suppose you are given for him, then you will write that he. If you have for them, you will write that they. If you write for her, then you will write that she. Now let's see, the box was so heavy that I change this objective form into nominative form into subject, that me into I, because I have to write here subject, and I wrote could not. Why? Because this is past. Lift it. In this way you came to know how do we change whenever we are given this pattern of for me, for him. The question was too difficult to be solved. This is passive based to removal in this question number 3. The question was too difficult to be solved means difficult is said about the question, and this question is to be solved by some other person, and the subjects of the two parts are differ. In such a case, we will do the question was so difficult as usual, as we have already done it in former or previous sentences. Then whenever we don't have any subject and we want to write the second part into active voice, we will write like this: we add one, one. Whenever we don't have any subject of the second part, we write one after that. That's why I have pointed it out in green color. That one could not solve it means the question was so difficult. It means the question was so difficult for everybody. For everybody means that one could not solve it. You can also say, you can replace one, then anybody could solve it. When you write then anybody, then you will write, you can change this, that one could solve it into that anybody could not solve it. It means one is equal to anybody. Or you can solve this question in other form: the question was so difficult that it cannot be solved. This is passive form because the question and it are the same, and we let it as it is. You can opt any one of these two solutions that you liked. In question number 4, there is no second part. It is based on single part, that is he is too rude. He is too rude. It means he is rude beyond the proper limit. Means to, as I have already told you, 2 is equal to extremely, in extreme form or beyond the proper limit. That's why I wrote here he is too rude, he is rude beyond the proper limit. Or you can also write it, he is extremely foolish, because the meaning of beyond the proper limit is equal to extremely, means in excess. Then students, I hope you came to know how to transform the sentences based on adverb to in another form by keeping the same sense, which is called transformation. Thanks.